In the hush before the storm, you feel it rising. Heartbeat quickens under ash-filled skies. Every shadow stretches, a warning of the night. They said the end was distant, but distance is a lie. The horizon bleeds fire, and hope begins to die. The end descends like iron rain. All that you built will burn again.
Facts, opinions, and the road to fascism. A fact is objective information. An opinion is a personal belief. Ignorance is a lack of facts. And stupidity is a rejection of facts in favor of opinions. This is more than a clever observation. It's a warning. America is drifting into dangerous territory, where opinions are dressed up as truths, ignorance is celebrated, and willful stupidity has become a political strategy. This environment is fertile ground for fascism, and the signs are impossible to ignore. The erosion of facts. Facts are the backbone of democracy. Without a shared reality, we cannot deliberate, compromise, or govern. Yet in the US, facts are increasingly treated as negotiable. Climate change is dismissed as a belief. Verified election results are denied in favor of conspiracy theories. Public health guidelines are derided as political plots. This deliberate war on facts isn't accidental. It's a tactic. Authoritarian movements thrive on disorientation. If people stop trusting experts, institutions, and the press, they become more vulnerable to strongman figures who promise to define truth for them. Opinions weaponized. There's nothing wrong with strong opinions. They drive debate and democracy. But when opinions are elevated above facts, they become tools of manipulation. Politicians no longer need to prove their claims. They simply repeat them louder and more often. The result is a culture where emotional resonance trumps evidence. Take immigration. The facts show that immigrants commit crimes at lower rates than native-born citizens, and that immigration strengthens the economy. Yet the opinion that immigrants are dangerous is repeated endlessly, shaping policy and stoking fear. This is not debate. It's propaganda. Ignorance as identity. Ignorance itself is not evil. It is merely a lack of knowledge. But in today's America, ignorance has been rebranded as authenticity. People boast about not reading the news or dismissing higher education as elitist. Instead of seeing ignorance as a gap to be filled, many embrace it as a badge of loyalty to their political tribe. This creates a culture where learning is seen as betrayal and curiosity is punished. That kind of anti-intellectualism is not just short-sighted, it's a page from the fascist playbook. The stupidity of rejection. The most dangerous step is when ignorance becomes willful stupidity, rejecting facts in favor of comfortable lies. We see this in the denial of election results despite overwhelming evidence, in the insistence that vaccines are harmful despite mountains of data, and in the refusal to acknowledge systemic racism despite centuries of documented history. This is not a lack of knowledge. It's the conscious choice to abandon reality, and it is the foundation of authoritarianism. When enough people reject truth, the only truth left is whatever the powerful declare it to be. The slide toward fascism in America. So why call this fascism? Because fascism is built on the rejection of facts, the elevation of emotion over evidence, and the silencing of dissent. Look at the trends in the United States. Attacks on the press. Journalists are branded enemies of the people. Discrediting the free press is a classic authoritarian move. Cult of personality. Loyalty to leaders outweighs loyalty to the Constitution or to truth itself. Facts are bent to fit the leader's narrative. Erosion of democratic norms. From gerrymandering to voter suppression to outright denial of election outcomes, democratic processes are treated as obstacles rather than foundations. Targeting minorities. Immigrants, LGBTQ+ communities, and racial minorities are scapegoated, fueling division and fear. Militarization of politics. Political rallies resemble rallies of loyalty, complete with militaristic language and symbols, while political violence is excused or encouraged. None of this is hypothetical. It is happening now, in plain sight. Why this matters? Fascism does not arrive overnight. It creeps in, normalizing itself piece by piece until outrage becomes fatigue and resistance becomes rare. By the time it is obvious to everyone, it is often too late. The refusal to distinguish between fact and opinion, ignorance and stupidity, is not just sloppy thinking. It's the soil in which fascism grows. Choosing facts over fear. The path forward is not mysterious. To resist authoritarian drift, Americans must defend facts relentlessly, even when they are inconvenient. Demand accountability from leaders who trade in lies. Cultivate media literacy to distinguish truth from propaganda. Celebrate learning and intellectual humility instead of mocking them. Refuse to let fear override evidence. Democracy is fragile. It cannot survive on lies, no matter how passionately those lies are believed. Conclusion. The quote from the beginning of this message reminds us of the hierarchy. Facts first, opinion second, ignorance as a challenge, and stupidity as a danger. America today is flirting with the last category, rejecting facts in favor of comfortable opinions. That path doesn't just undermine debate. It opens the door to fascism. The fight, then, is not just political. It's epistemological. Do we still believe in reality? Do we still care about truth? The answer will determine whether America remains a democracy or slides further into authoritarian rule. It's up to you. It's time to get the facts. And remember, a fact is objective information. An opinion is a personal belief. Ignorance is a lack of facts. And stupidity is a rejection of facts in favor of opinions. Thanks for listening.